Now this is the last part of our presentation, and what we will try to show now is to find out the gross value added per worker using the 73rd round of NSSO. A small recap, for 73rd round, it is as of now it is not available in the website, so therefore you have to first get the unit level data from NSSO or the then we have to identify the important blocks which we require to generate this estimate GVA per worker. So if we see the schedule of 73rd round of NSSO, what we will find is employment particular is available in block 8, GVA is available just before that in block 7. So GVA we will use the item 779, GVA is given monthly. Block 8 item 809, total worker is available. And if we want to find out the GVA per worker for some specific activity, then we will require the NIC code, major activity during the reference month, 5-digit NIC, item 202 available in block 2. So we remember these three and then accordingly proceed to create our own small Excel files for the particular state. Now I will not go through all the steps required to generate the Excel files. Instead, what I will do is I will show what I have done. I took the data for Tamil Nadu, created these small Excel files first using the same type of steps which we have used for generating the 75th round of NSS data for Punjab. Now we have, this is block 2 of Tamil Nadu. I have created a unique enterprise ID for which I require the FSU. Here, instead of having a separate column for state, because now we already know that NSS region is 3-digit and the first 2 digits of NSS region is the state. So we have created a additional column, inserted it and took it as state. The first 2 digits we have kept as state and the third digit we have kept as NSS region. After that, this is the district, and we know that we have some problem when we convert a CSV, open a CSV file into Excel. So therefore we again created additional column. Wherever the length is 1, we have converted it as a text with a 0 padding at the left hand side. We have segment, second stage stratum, sample enterprise number. In these two cases also you can see that because the length is 2 bytes, therefore we had to do left side 0 padding. Then major activity of NIC code 2009, this is a problem in the data layout. For some reason it has become 2009, so we should rectify it 2008. And we have made the subsample multiplier, and remember for 73rd round the subsample wise multiplier is to be divided by 2 and 4, that is 200 and 400. So for every round we should first find out what exactly is the methodology, and then only we have to decide what will be the subsample combined multiplier. Now suppose we want to estimate the GVA per worker for textile and cotton ginning enterprises of Tamil Nadu. Now how do we get it? For that we have to first see the methodology document of NAS base change, and their compilation. If we see the compilation categories in annexure 2, the manufacturing of textile plus cotton ginning, the code has been given 13 plus 01632. So in this file at the end I have created a indicator variable. How it is functioning, you can see the formula here. What we have told is, if the major activity code starts with code 13 or the major activity code is 01632. These are the two cases where we will get the compilation category of textile and cotton ginning. So then it will put the value 1, otherwise it will take the value as 0. So here you can see we have this 13911 in the third record. It starts with 13 and therefore code 1 has come. Remaining cases it is code 0. So now that we are through with this particular block 2 for Tamil Nadu 73rd round, now let us see what we have done in block 7. Block 7 is the block for GVA computation. It has receipts, expenditure as well as GVA. Here also we have created this unique enterprise ID. We have all these figures, and remember here we have the thing item number and value. These are the important things for block 7. Remember that. Then we have gone for block 8. Block 8 is the worker particulars. So again in block 8 we have done all these things, taken the figures, and we will again require this item number, and against the item number we will require the total workers. So you have to identify item number and the total, these two things. So once these blocks have been created, then because we require information from 3 different blocks and multiple types of information, what I have done is, instead of making more and more things more and more complex, I have made a working sheet, a new Excel file where there is no formula initially. For block 2 we required these 5 items. I have taken it in one tab. Block 7 we require item 779, so I used a filter to cut only item 779 and paste it here. So we have all the 779 items here. The third one is the block 8 where we require only item 809. So again I have created a filter and cut the item 809. Remember, I have not done any paste link or paste formula. It is again a paste value. The idea is we create a worksheet without any external link, so that if the computer is changed or if there is some other issue, we will always be able to trace back the formula which we have used here. So in this particular Excel sheet we have a fourth tab, computation sheet. In this sheet, first I have taken the block 2 items, unique enterprise ID. We want to create the table by district, so we have the district. Then major activity NIC 2008, I have taken only those enterprises which are having textile and cotton ginning. So here I have created the subset for which I want to create. Now I will show how I pick the monthly GVA. Here we will use a new Excel function, VLOOKUP. Now in VLOOKUP, remember the structure is like that: lookup value, then table array, column index number, and the range. Lookup value means we would like to find out this unique enterprise ID, and where we would like to find it, first we have to take it from block 7. So block 7 we have this unique enterprise ID starting from here, and we have the value in column W. So we have to go up to the end of column W, select that entire range, and then do it. So what we will do, like before, we will press F4 here so that we get absolute cell address, and then again we go back here column W, the last cell is this one. So again we press F4. So this is the range in which we are looking for the monthly GPA. The next thing is column index number. How we arrive at the column index number? See, this entire area which we have selected, A to W, it is being treated as a matrix. So we have to tell in this matrix the first column is the enterprise ID, and then we just simply count the column number. And so W will be A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W, 23rd. So here we have to give column index number. It is a number, remember. So it is number 23, and then we will tell false. False means it will try for exact match. See, we have got a figure here, 74090. Now let us see, is it correct? So how do we find it? Let us first save this whatever we have got. Now this is the unique ID. So I copy it, go back to block 7. Here I press Ctrl F, Ctrl V, get the same enterprise ID, find next. We have got it. So this is the particular row, and now let us see what is the value in this row. 74090. Let us see what we have got here, 74090. So we are bang on target. The same thing now we will try with total worker. So let us first find out in total worker what is the situation. We have the structure is same. The first column we have the unique enterprise ID. After that we have this total in column AB. So column AB, what will be the column number? If we can have one more thing here. Now suppose I just create a formula here, instead of repeating again and again and counting, we just create a formula here, and this is helpful particularly when we want to pick multiple columns from a single array. So then we can use this number created here inside our formula. So now column AB is 28. So remember this, but what we will do this time, we will not write 28. We will instead use this particular cell address in our formula. So now let us see what we will write here. So here again VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is this enterprise ID, and then in block 8 we start from this F4, let us take the entire thing, it really doesn't matter. So this is the last one, F4, and then we should give the column number. We know we will require the total worker, and total worker, the column number is given here. And remember, this column number is in row number 7, which is a constant. So after this we press a dollar between AB and 7. So before 7 we are giving a dollar. So that means it will be, we have got a total worker 8. Let us see whether this total worker is correct or not. We process in the same manner. Let us copy. This is the unique enterprise ID. Go back here. Here, Control F, Control V, we have the enterprise number. Find next. So this is the row where we have got it, and now let us see what is the value here. 8. So it is correct. If you think one has happened just by fluke, you can check a few more intermittently. Now we just double clicked and we have got the figures for all. See, wherever there is a cotton ginning enterprise in the sample, here we have got the enterprise. Beside that we have got the GVA. You remember it is monthly GVA, and then the total workers. And now suppose we want to compute the GVA per worker for each district. So the next thing what we will do is we will make it estimated annual GVA and estimated total worker. These two additional columns now we will create, so that in the final formula we won't have to do too many calculations. So here it is monthly GVA multiplied by 12 multiplied by the subsample combined multiplier. So this is the estimated annual GVA. Here it is total worker multiplied by the subsample combined multiplier. So this is the estimated total worker and estimated annual GVA. Double click. Up to the end we have got everything. Now just for the sake of a little bit of visual clarity, we add this comma, 0 right side 0, suppression and all that. Because these facilities are available in Excel, we should use it. Now let us see how we will find the district wise estimated value added per worker. So for that we will require all the district codes at one place, and for Tamil Nadu let us see what are the district codes, and for that one easy method is just from top to bottom take everything, Control C, use F, go on top, here paste the values and then data, remove duplicates. So we have got 26 values, but they are not arranged. So what we will do next is we do a simple sorting A to Z, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 C. Why we are checking again? District code 10 has not appeared, so that means we do not have any enterprise of textile in district 10. So this is a problem of generating district level estimates. Maybe if you pull the data of central and state samples together, then this problem can be overcome, and this is one reason why we should try pulling as well. So 10, 11, 12, 13, again it is not available here. District code 14 is blank, then 15, then again 16, 17, 18, these three district codes are not there. Then 19, 20, 21, 25, 27, like that. So there are many districts where we have not got samples for the cotton ginning. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 23, 24, 25, again here 26. So this is the situation. Now let us see. The rest is simple. We have already done it done something similar for the 75th round data also. Now we will use the SUMIFS function. So what will be our SUMIFS? The sum range is, first let us see estimated annual GVA. So H2 to the last cell will be 8686, and our criteria is the district code available here, that is in B2 to B686. Here also we should give the dollar sign, and in this we should get this particular district code. So since L is constant here, we give a dollar just before L. So this is the criteria range 1, criteria 1. We have only one criteria now, but just to reduce the number of functions which we use, I am using the SUMIFS only. So this is the aggregate GVA for district 01, and we will get aggregate worker using the same methodology. Only thing which would change is instead of H, now we will do the sum on I. So I just copied the formula and simply here I am replacing it manually inside. So rest of the things are identical. So this is the aggregate GVA, aggregate worker. So then GVA per worker, and it is annual. Annual GVA per worker will be this aggregate GVA divided by aggregate worker. But remember, we don't have the figures for a few of the districts, so therefore here we just made a formula that if the aggregate worker is positive, then it will give this, otherwise it will return a 0. Or to be more precise, you can even give a character entry here, not available. So this is a flexibility of Excel. Normally in all database files, if you try to put number and character in the same field, it will not allow, but here you can have both types of fields in the same column. So we have taken it down, and therefore now we have the figures. For all the districts we have estimated GVA per worker. You can now see whether the figures are okay or not. Because you know the district names, you will be able to see. For example, district code 02 is for Chennai. You can see we are having a much higher GVA per worker in Chennai, which is probably expected because that is it's a headquarter of Tamil Nadu. So this is the method, and this is not the method, this is one of the methods through which we can generate the estimates of GVA per worker, and I thought this method is quite simple, and that is why I tried to share this with you. So a small recap, these are the different functions which we have used. I am again giving a small recap only for this. So for preparing the file, we would require these functions: left, mid, right, value, concatenate, and text. 6 functions. And then for proceeding for generating our estimates, we will require just 3 more: VLOOKUP, COUNTIFs, and SUMIFs. So the step is get NSS data, convert it in smaller handy Excel files, and generate estimates. We need Excel and just 10 functions. Thank you.